You know, I mean, television is an incredibly invasive and powerful drug.
Alright, so we've got 2 more seasons of transsexual Doctor Who, 2 more seasons of Top Gear. You know, the new heroin review show? Oh, and here we go. We've still got $1 million left in the programming budget to account for.
Ah, shit. Didn't we greenlight enough of this stuff last year?
It doesn't appear so. Well, we've got to send off our finance report to the government, and if we haven't accounted for all the extra money, I mean, they'll give us less money next year.
Hey, maybe we could do another game show.
No, we've already got too many as it is, and Top of the Pops is kind of on hiatus at the moment.
Okay. Ah, shit. Okay. I think I've got an idea. You know that crazy Burke from the editing room?
What are you talking about? They're all crazy.
No, the really crazy one. Tom, I think his name is. He's always trying to pitch us new docos.
Maybe we could give him the money. I'm sure he'd be able to pump out a few hours of nonsense.
Or we could give him 10% of the money and spend the rest on coke and child prostitutes.
We are the BBC after all, aren't we? Tom, buddy.
Oh,
you've got your documentary.
The documentary on the BBC.
Yep.
Oh, you would not regret this, sir. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the people the truth. Everything about. Oh yes, they all know. I'm going to give you the best damn documentary you've ever seen.
Sounds good, Tom.
My leg was dead. Oh.
Break a leg. Oh.
Can I have the money? Wait, can I have the money?
Yep.
Do you have a checkbook? I don't have a checkbook.
I'll transfer it to you.
I don't have a bank. I don't have a bank account.
Australia. What a country, filled with furry animals and even furrier people. But what if you were to go to the grocery store and find a people in your grocery bag? I'm Tom Petty, not that one, and this is Australia, the great Aussie slave trade.
Hello there, I'm Tom Petty from the BBC, and in this 8-part documentary series, I will be looking at the history of Australia. Once thought to be a prison colony, it has evolved into something more cultured. There are people here that some may call them criminals, I call them people. I'm actually here at the St. Peter's Catholic Church, and this is very significant because this is where I actually studied when I was a boy. When I was 6 years old, I would come here every Saturday, every Sunday. Sometimes even when there weren't services, the priest would come and get me to do jobs around here. And it just taught me so much about God. I just love this building. Look how tall it is. Oh boy. God, I'm so erect! Every Saturday they have a book and craft sale here, and there might be some antiques from old Glenelg. Is this the book sale?
It is, yes.
Oh, good.
Good.
Feel free to wander.
I'm looking for some research.
Oh, what are you researching into?
Ah, yes.
What sort of research? All these sort of books are there sort of depending what area of research you're looking for.
Is there anything here about the Glenelg slave trade?
No,
Okay.
not that I've seen anything. Was there a Glenelg slave trade? Was there?
Very, very brief, yes.
Was there?
It's not often published.
When was that?
It was in, actually quite recent, 2002.
2002, was
Yes.
it? Right.
This is from 1999. It's close. 2001. 2000.
No. Right.
It kind of looks something like this, though.
Oh, does
Under
it?
London, yes. There was an underbelly in Glenelg, just like there was
In London, was there?
Yes.
No, we didn't get many National Geographic this time. That's all we had. I mean, we sold a few, but not many.
Can I keep the subscription ad for this?
Yes, you can.
For free?
For free, you can
Okay.
have that. For free.
That's a good follow. Is this all historically accurate as well?
I don't know.
Okay. Because sometimes they have parallels in fiction. There is a slavery storyline, I think, in this issue.
Right. Okay.
It was published 2000.
Right. I don't know much about that.
Ah. Lonely Planet, Australia. There must be something on Glenelg here. I actually was going to write an article for this book, and I'll just get this.
Okay. It's 50 cents, I think.
50 cents.
Can you afford it?
Yes, I've got a dollar. This is the my documentary budget, basically. So this here is the beach house, but 10 years ago, it was a bit different. It was formerly known as Magic Mountain, which was where the albinos were kept to, you know, drag around rocks and produce energy for the town. And a lot of people don't even know this, and if you push them on it, they'll actually scrutiny deny it. Excuse me, sir, would you mind answering a question? All good, all good. See?
Yeah, because you work here, right? Yeah. Is that right? I've been working here longer.
Do you know what this used to be? The beach house?
Mountain?
Magic Mountain. Do you know what they did in Magic Mountain?
Not really, no.
Well, a lot of people don't. It was actually, they were keeping albino slaves in there, and they were turning this massive wheel to produce energy for, and it was slave labor. Did you ever go inside Magic Mountain? Yeah, you did. Okay, well, I think during nighttime they would do the slave stuff, and then during the daytime they would, what did they have in there anyway?
Water slides,
Sweet.
games and that.
Why'd they close it down? Oh, because of the slave stuff. You didn't know that? I was just wondering where the toilet is.
The toilet, if you keep heading down that way past all the games on the back wall,
Okay.
they're just there.
Thanks. Also, do you still keep slaves here? Slaves. Are you getting paid? I'm with the union. It's hyperbole, but I don't know if you heard what happened with Magic Mountain 10 years ago.
No. But we are getting paid, yeah.
Good. Okay. You call me if you hear anything. The general populace doesn't know anything about the Armenian or the Albanian slave trade. And it was only 2002. It goes to show how this Orwellian government, it just covers things up. You'd rather watch Kath and Kim, wouldn't you, mate? Then learn a bit about history. Well, this is why I'm here. They wouldn't let me out of the editing bay for 16 years, but now I'm here. To tell you the truth, history and the truth is very malleable, like sand. All these memories through the hourglass, just flowing like a faucet, like a bloody faucet. Have you ever felt what sand feels like in your underwear? It's quite a different experience. I'd recommend it, but you must get it out after 10 minutes, otherwise it will chafe. The slaves didn't have these privileges that we do. They couldn't run around with hot sand in their underpants and on their crotches. It just was a different time. A different time. Now these tracks may look like tire tracks, but they're actually the fossilized remains of the slave ships that landed here in 2002, when the Albanians, the Armenians, and the Irish were all tied and shackled and brought out to make sandcastle pyramids for their cruel, Howard-funded traders. Now these chaps over here save lives, but do they know about slave lives?
Pardon myself, good chap.
Is this the Life Slaving Society?
It's the Life Saving Club, yeah.
Yeah, the Life Slaving Club.
Do you mind if we do a quick interview?
Is it okay to film? We're doing a history documentary for the BBC.
Oh, really?
It's got nothing to do with your organisation, but
What's it to do with?
it's to do with history. It's going online. It's nothing to do with civil war.
Where can we find it online? basically we're living in a 4D universe because time isn't linear and basically it's an internet. Kid crowns after a satirical video describes slap saves.
The general public of Glenelg didn't seem to have any answers for me, so I reached out to an expert, Dr. Doco.
Say to the audience what you told me just before. It was mind-boggling.
What did I say again? So, Bailey Glenelg, he was the mayor here, and he actually... The slave trade was the beginning of the end for his reign, and in 2003 is when he was officially executed in the town square. His son, Callum Glenelg, took over, and he's still here today, and we're going to go interview him. So I'm here with Callum Glenelg, the mayor of Glenelg. So what do you know about the slave trade of 2003?
Oh, not much really.
My journey for truth continued.
Excuse me, I'm not getting a ticket today. I'm just doing a documentary of the history of Glenelg.
Yeah.
Are you aware that this Ferris wheel, because there was an old Ferris wheel here as well?
Yes, I heard about that, but I have no idea what it looked like. But someone told me it was broken, so...
It was broken. They didn't have bottoms in the carts.
Yeah.
Because it was actually a torture device for slaves that were kept here, and they were to hold on to the sides of the rails by their arms, and it was a form of torture, and some of them were very strong, but some of them fell to their deaths, which is why I know Ferris wheels are a lot of fun, but it's a bit miserable when I see this. But yeah, so it did come to a bit of a grim end, this Ferris wheel, but I'm glad that it's been rebuilt for good purposes.
Yeah, but we are just here till tomorrow, and then we will leave.
Bailey Glenelg's tyrannous reign ended on the 2nd of September 2003 when the Kangaroo Island Raiders stormed the beaches and liberated the people. To show you what the battle was like, I hired an actor off Craigslist.
So basically, what we're recreating today is the battle for Subway. I'll be the Kangaroo Island invaders, and Liam will be Bailey Glenelg. Alright, so I'll just kind of run at you, just going bang bang, you do the same, kind of back and forth, like we actually have guns. Alright. There were no kids actually on the battlefield. Alright, right? Ready? Bang, bang, bang.
Our recreation might look very graphic, but I assure you the real thing was much more horrific.
Bang. This is the bit where you go down, yeah? Bang. See, that's got him. That's clocked him right in there. All right, and then as this is just part of the act, I put him in a headlock. This is just all part of the act. And then you go down and you die. Can I kick some sand in your face?
Sand's a bit too hot.
I paid you for the hour though.
It's pretty hot.
The Craigslist ad said anything goes.
Yeah, but it didn't. The ad was something else.
Never mind. And it was in this very square every single day for 100 years where there'd be an execution every 24 hours, and it was totally murder and mayhem. 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 Mayhem.
Mayhem. Mayhem.
Murder and mayhem. Murder and mayhem.
He's been like this for 3 days.
I think we broke his brain. We should do another season.
What?